There's the more assuring car on the back of the flatbed truck, and hopefully we will be racing very shortly. So in a moment, Leon Kohler will once again have the job of backing the field up and trying to catch Larry Tenforder snoozing. We've already seen that that's not something that is easy to do. Larry Tenforder is very good at this. He's done quite a few restarts in his time, and he knows how to do it properly. So Leon Kohler is going to have to back the field up and then go when Larry is least expecting it.
So Leon Kohler then, and the lights will go out on the safety car just as I mention it. It's brilliant. So Kohler then will back them all up, weaving from side to side, as you say, trying to regenerate temperature into the brakes, which will dissipate out to the tires. And you can see just how keen Larry Tenforder is to really anticipate when Kohler is going to give it large on the loud pedal.
Tenforder is not weaving at all. He wants to be ready. Kohler is weaving to lull him into a false sense of security, but that's not happening. It looks like Kohler has hit the accelerator, and Larry Tenforder once again has anticipated it brilliantly, as has Ian Changuven and Lauren Heinrich. So the first four really on the money. Max van Splinteren probably not as much so, but the first four have already broken away. Here we go in towards turn one. It's Kohler leading the way, but the rest of the cars queued up behind, all picking up the slipstream, and Kohler going wide out of the corner, as they all do, using every part of the track he's allowed to, but Larry Tenforder is looking dangerous.
Tenforder is on a mission now as they run up towards the Remus turn, through the kink, which is turn number 2. Inside or outside, which way is Larry Tenforder going to go? Well, he sits right behind Leon Kohler. He's not able to get alongside the Leon Kohler car on the exit of turn number 3, which is where he needs to be to put an overtake on, potentially going into turn number 4. In fact, Tenforder is under pressure here from Ian Changuven, who takes a look at the inside but isn't quite close enough, Brian.
Further back, it's Christopher Zirkling who's making his move on Bastian Boost. Bastian Boost in 6th place. Christopher Zirkling, who's come back to the series this year very impressively indeed, and he is turning the heat up on Bastian Boost. Meanwhile, Leon Kohler taking advantage of Larry Tenforder having to drive defensively to open up a gap, and Ian Changuven is putting an immense amount of heat on Larry Tenforder. This is the view from Guven, and you can see under braking into the corner how he closes up, now looking back at Lauren Heinrich. So there's a camera at the front and the back of the Guven car, and you really get a good perspective with a little over 2 minutes plus 1 lap remaining of this race.
So this has all played nicely into the hands of Leon Kohler, who has managed to put a few tenths between himself and Larry Tenforder. It's 7 tenths actually. Tenforder then, who has got Guven and Heinrich all over the back of him. So as they head up now towards turn number 3, Tenforder is not going to be doing any attacking here. Rather more, he is going to be defending from Ian Changuven. Which way is Ian Chan going to go? Well, he looks to the inside, but isn't able to put himself alongside Tenforder. Larry's done a good job. He places the car perfectly, Brian, and denies Ian Changuven to get the momentum he needs out of turn 3.
You stole the words from my mouth. He had that car absolutely spot in the middle. He knew exactly what he was doing. I am amazed by how quickly Leon Kohler has been able to open up a gap. Lauren Heinrich putting the pressure on as well, and that means that Ian Changuven is going to have to go from being the hunter to the defender, and Lauren Heinrich is very close to Ian Changuven. Guven still putting the heat on Larry Tenforder. Surely something's got to give with these three. Larry Tenforder, as Ian Changuven breathing all the way down his exhaust pipe. Lauren Heinrich ever closer. Max van Splinteren too far back to do anything about it. So Lauren Heinrich has all the advantage of not giving up places. But here we go again. Ian Changuven, a little peep on the inside, less than a minute to go. Larry Tenforder knows exactly where to put that car to stop him getting past.
Great driving from all of them. Respectful, firm, but fair, as Leon Kohler extends his margin by another 5 tenths, will you believe, as Larry Tenforder now under real strife from Ian Changuven, who tries to put himself right alongside the Tenforder car. If he can get the momentum here, Tenforder could be in trouble. Waiting to take advantage as well as Lauren Heinrich. Here comes Ian Changuven now. The outside is not necessarily where you want to be for turn 3, but is he going to be able to make it work? He's got the pace over Larry Tenforder. All the way around the outside would be a big win here He carries speed, he carries momentum. Now it's going to be the drag race to turn number 4. Ten Vorder, I think, has got the measure of this, or has he? Because right behind them is Lauren Heinrich, who looks to the inside of Ten Vorder now. Guven to the outside. Guven could lose out to Lauren Heinrich now.
Wow, what great racing. So Larry Ten Vorder again doing exactly what he needs to do. The clock's at 0. But Ayanchang Guven and Lauren Heinrich, and Heinrich very nearly got past Guven. Guven was so lucky to get away with that, and that's allowed the Max van Splunteren car to close in as well. We are in the closing stages of this race. Larry Ten Vorder somehow has held on to that second place. Ayanchang Guven, has he got anything else left to offer? It doesn't look like it. Lauren Heinrich now can sniff some extra points and a possible podium, so he is turning the heat up on Ayanchang Guven.
So extraordinary racing from all of our Carrera Cup racers, as across the timing line now to start the +1 lap goes Leon Köhler.
So Leon Köhler has now opened up a gap of 1.9 seconds, so very impressive. Larry Ten Vorder has nothing to bring to the party on that one. There's Dorian Boccolacci on the inside of Jesse van Kooijk, and Rudy van Buren is in there as well. So Dorian Boccolacci, a real entertainer in this series, and Dorian Boccolacci is trying to find his route into 9th place, and under braking, it's Boccolacci who steals the position away. Rudy van Buren coming through as well. This is so good, isn't it? Great entertainment. There's Bastian Boost, and it was Bastian Boost there, also involved in the fight with Christopher Zirkling. But we're on the final lap. These are the final few moments of this race, and that is Max van Splunteren and Bastian Bus. So Bastian Bus has got past Max van Splunteren and up into 5th place. So great driving from Bus, just when we thought his challenge was over.
You always said before we even started this season, Bastian Bus is going to be one of those drivers to look out for. So too Leon Köhler, who's leading this race by very nearly 2 seconds over Larry Ten Vorder. We're heading towards the checkered flag.
And it's Leon Köhler who is the man who's leading the way. Leon Köhler into the final corner, out onto the home straight. He goes a little wide, but he sees the checkered flag. He ducks towards the flag. It's Leon Köhler who takes his first win of the year in the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Across the line second, Larry Ten Vorder from Ayanchang Guven, Lauren Heinrich in 4th. Great drive from Bastian Bus to be the leading rookie in 5th, ahead of Max van Splunteren, Christopher Zirkling and Julian Hanses. The guesting Dorian Boccolacci is in 9th, ahead of Jesse van Kooijk. And the leading Pro-Am driver, well, surprise, surprise, is Carlos Rivas. He makes a habit of that, 19th on the road. You can see how much this means to Leon Köhler and also to the Nebulous Racing by Huber team.
Fantastic. Christoph Huber there in the middle of those celebrations. Team principal, of course, Leon Köhler. What a fantastic drive. And I'll tell you what, Brian, in my opinion, where he really scored for me was not the fact that he won the race necessarily, it's the fact that he had to retake or maintain his lead on two separate safety cars up against Larry Ten Vorder, who is a master.
No mean feat whatsoever. So Leon Köhler, a great drive, and never looked anything less than an absolute winner. Brilliant driving from Leon Köhler, from Larry Ten Vorder, Ayanchang Guven, Lauren Heinrich, Bastian Bus, Max van Splunteren, Christopher Zirkling, and Julian Hanses. 9th was Dorian Boccolacci from Jesse van Kooijk, Rudy van Buren and Jukka Honkavori, Fabio Citignola, Sandro Kaibach, Loic Hartog and Dan van Kooijk. 17th, the visiting Sebastian Freimut, Rudolf Reen, Carlos Rivas, the leading Pro-Am driver, Kim Hauschild, Clement, Matteo, Georgi Donchev and Aaron Mason, ahead of Antonio Teixeira, Bashar Mardini, and the remaining places, Ahmad Al-Shahab and Christoph Langer and Holger Harmsen, the last of the runners. Wow, I feel like I need to lie down after that. That was fantastic. This is why we love the Porsche Carrera Cup. Pure racing from these drivers, all in equal cars, and it really is edge of the seat stuff.
They say so often, don't they, in motorsport series, that the cars are all equal, but in the Carrera Cup, it's the closest they ever can be, isn't it? They're so good. Of course, run by different teams, But the level of driving and the level of car preparation and the level of performance from our drivers and cars as a combination is extraordinary. And here in replay, just some of those moves that went on during the course of that race. And bear in mind, we had 32 cars start the race,
Yeah.
Brian. And actually, with due respect, 32 cars started the race, 28 finished. That's only 4 that were out of the race.
Yeah. Very impressive indeed, and just shows what the driving standards are like in this. Some great drivers. You have the old hands in the Pro-Am categories.
Talking of old hands,
Is
look
that
at
Christoph Huber? Yes.
holding on for dear life.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Leon Köhler was utterly thrilled, wasn't he? You can see that inside the car.
Yeah.
And I'm delighted for him. Delighted for him, really I am.
And as we said before,
Very nearly took Christoph Huber out, didn't he, on the pit wall?
he probably tried. As we said before, getting a win in this series is no mean feat. You've got to be pretty good to even get on the podium here, and to beat the likes of Larry Tenforder and Eichen Guven, that is a great effort. Leon Köhler really showing what he's capable of and what he can do. And Larry Tenforder at the top of the points, Lauren Heinrich just 12 points behind, and then Leon Köhler 31 points off the lead of the points championship. So it's very, very close. Anybody who thought that Larry Tenforder was going to run away with it were much mistaken, because Larry Tenforder, having dominated the start of the season, is finding that the opposition is coming back to him, and it's coming back strong. But Larry Tenforder, still the clear favourite, I would say, in the championship, because he's always there, and has yet to finish off the podium in either the 2020 or the 2021 season.
What's nice, though, is that Larry Tenforder was one of the very first to go and congratulate Leon Köhler there. You know, there's a great spirit of camaraderie between the Carrera Cup races. Of course, all the friendship and everything is forgotten about when you get out on the track, but then it's plenty of needle, of course. But actually, off the track, I mean, just a fantastic bunch of drivers, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so good to see them getting on and supporting each other and encouraging each other. And when you've been racing like that, that takes a bit of doing. When you've been rubbing doors with somebody for half an hour.
Yep. And
there is absolutely no room for mistakes. You make a mistake in this.
Christoph Huber in the background, forgive me.
Delighted. Of course, that was the man that Larry Tenforder was driving for. Was that last year? Or was it the year before?
Year before.
All blurs into one, doesn't it? So, yeah, Christoph Huber can see his old protege moving on, and here's his new protege, Leon Köhler. And Leon Köhler, you've just smudged the camera lens, for goodness sake.
Great bunch of people, great bunch of people. So the drivers will be heading up to the podium in due course. Of course, the focus of media is upon them first of all, and that's just how delighted Leon was crossing the finish line. And here he is out of the car that has served him well and delivered. And there you can see right behind shots being taken of Leon Köhler celebrating. Thought he was going to jump on top of the car. But he didn't.
I'm pleased he didn't, because I've seen many an accident as a result of that kind of thing.
Careful on that podium, some people slip.
Survive a race and then fall off the roof of your car. That's always good, isn't it?
So there is Christoph Huber congratulating. Christoph is, the team principals across the Carrera Cup are great people as well.
Yeah.
You know, they share the emotion. They're full of emotion, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's wonderful to enjoy and delightful for us to be able to talk about it. Thrilled to be able to do so. Leon Köhler then the winner. And there you can see the lovely shot of the Red Bull Ring, and that gives you an indication of just how hard the climb is up to turn number 1. So we get some replays then. Yeah, no, there was no need for that, friend. Sorry, you've upset my colleague alongside me here. No, nobody
for that. Nobody wants to see that at dinner time, do they? I mean, come on. Soft focus from here on.
Spectators, we're delighted to see back here at the Red Bull Ring for this weekend's event, and Carrera Cup having delivered so much entertainment over 30 minutes there, including safety cars thrown in for good measure just when we needed them. Not. Well, we did, clearly, but, for Leon Köhler, that's what impressed me most. It's the maturity of the driving, Brian. You know, and let's be truthful, he's not an old young man, is he?
No,
he's still a very
a
young
very
young
young
man.
man. Yeah, absolutely. We've seen him in the last couple of years, just slowly getting better and better. And as I say, he was one of the drivers, one of three drivers to win a race last year, but
Yeah.
was not really a contender for much of the year. But he seems to have gone up a gear over the winter. He's added to his 3/4 and a fifth place from the first four races of the year. He has got another 11 races this year in which to compete and in which to improve further. But if he can carry on with performances like that, he is going to be yet another force to be reckoned with, as if we needed any more of those in this series.
Well, the thing is, I mean, this is just such a great proving ground. But Porsche do such a good job, don't they?
Mm.
You know, talent pool, you know, the young drivers who have gone on to huge, huge success. And I mean, you know, it was only a few years ago that I can remember Larry Temporter making his debut.
Yes.
Genuinely,
Yeah.
you know, and look at him now, a huge driver who is actually in demand as a driver coach from other
Wow.
gentleman drivers, you know, because his talent is extraordinary, isn't it?
And you look at other race series, you look at GT Masters or
Yep.
just GT World Challenge, how many of those drivers have come through Porsche Carrera Cup Germany? And looking at the Nürburgring 24-hour race last week,
Mm.
and you have the likes of Thomas Preining and Dylan Pereira, who have all come through the ranks here. So many top drivers in other classes, and this is where they learnt the really tough stuff.
Yeah, completely agree with you. Moritz Frauein, I think, just made his way past there. Hello, Moritz, how are you? Everyone is getting ready for the and there is to the right-hand side of your picture. Got to give him a name check here. Guy that works so hard for us, Burkhard
Absolutely.
Bexel, stupid guy, on the microphone there doing the trophy presentations, as he does so very well.
He travels Europe in his camper van with his dog, which has a wheelchair, and I think it's wonderful. And he
He's a
does an
brilliant man.
amazing,
Brilliant.
amazing amount for Porsche. Top bloke, as we see the podium presentation. So we saw Ian Chen Guven. Now we see Larry Ten Border and Leon Köhler taking the top step. And now we will get ready for the national anthem.
Mein lieber Glückwunsch an euch und es gibt die Trophäen. Unser Projektleiter.
So the national anthem has been played out, and here come the trophies to be presented then. Chief coordinator of the Carrera Cup, making the trophy presentation to P3. Here comes the PT, that's physical training. The P2 trophy. And of course, the race winning trophy will go to. I've lost the plot now.
That implied you had it in the first place, but yes, goes to Leon Köhler, the race winner.
And Christoph Huber congratulates and rewards all his team as well. The reason Christoph Huber always wants to do this, you know, is because he always wins the race for the champagne spraying. You watch. Look, see?
There he
told
goes.
you.
He's a pro. Well, was there actually any champagne in that bottle?
Didn't appear to have a lot of fizz in that, to be honest with you.
He is the king of the spraying, isn't he? So,
Yes. Well done to all the drivers. Brilliant display of fantastic Carrera Cup race action that we have seen this afternoon. And the good thing is, of course, Brian, we have another race to come tomorrow.
Can't wait. It's going to be reset as you were and find out whether this man can do it again or whether Larry Tenforder has something else up his sleeve. It's so close. This could go anyway. But tomorrow is when the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany returns to the Red Bull Ring in Austria, and it is going to be well worth a watch. We do hope you're going to join us then. We look out across the Red Bull Ring now. The crowd have been thoroughly entertained, and the celebrations continue. Very shortly, we hope to bring you some highlights as we reflect on what has been a very dramatic afternoon of racing from Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. So we can still hear the presentations going on in the background.
Of course, because they do the podium for the AM Championship as well. Here are the highlights from Brian and myself. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you join us for race 2 for Carrera Cup Germany tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.